All right, good morning and welcome back. We're going to continue today, just trying to go through the rest of the tasks that we have that we need to get done. Twilio, so one of the main issues that we have is that the OTP, so the one-time passcode thing that you get sent via Twilio, that doesn't really come through. And the reason is that I haven't registered some sort of campaign on their website. So I did register one like 2 weeks ago, and that was rejected. And the reason it was rejected was I didn't explain how the users kind of opt in properly, I guess. That's at least the reason. And it turns out that something that you need is some explanations for the user, like this is how you opt in, but that means that we need to have some sort of message here on the create account screen. At least if you look at, because I downloaded and had a look at how Tinder does this, and if you look at how they do it, they have this little text here that says by tapping the sign in button you blah blah blah. So we're essentially going to try to replicate that, but I did just ask Claude to do this, although it didn't do it, and I don't really know why it didn't do it. At least it's not showing up. And this is something that we already, this is also part of the tasks, I think, that we need to do. Update age, blah, 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 age, reflect, require that users agree to this terms and this terms. So we also need them to agree to those terms, which I don't know what they are. Why does Siri activate? Okay, let's run it again and see if we now have some text. Perfect. By tapping sign in or create account, you agree to our terms of service and privacy policy. Okay. Okay, so I think that we've achieved this thing. So require that users agree to the terms or EULA. That's essentially, I think this is enough here. If we have this, by tapping this, you agree to our terms. If you press the terms, you get to the page and you can see the terms of service if you want to. And you can also see the privacy policy if you want to see that. And you press create account. Sign in. Let's just sign in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now we're signed in, and what I would like to do is just make this page maybe a little bit better. I don't really know what to do about this. I'll have a look at other apps just to see what a contact page will look like. Because I don't really know what the contact page looks like in apps in general, like how it works. Settings, scroll. Okay, so I think we need to add a settings page, really. Which should be up here. So next to my profile, we should maybe have a settings page. And if you press the settings page, what do you get when you press the settings page? Oh shit. Yeah, so we're gonna create a settings page where we're gonna move the sign out button and the delete account button. And we want the settings page to look more like an actual settings page, if that makes sense. But I don't really know what that looks like, so we're just gonna ask Claude to make one. All right, let's see if it will do this. So here's my prompt. Okay, so now on the profile page of the current user, I want to add a settings button that should exist at the top right corner of this page next to the title of the page, which is My Profile. When pressed, this should open up a settings page. The settings page should contain a few things. One, at the very bottom, it should have a delete account button. Two, above the delete account button, there should be a sign out button. And then in parentheses, so both the delete account and sign out button should be removed from the profile page and moved into the settings page. Above these two buttons, we should have a list of buttons that should link to the privacy or terms of service, privacy policy, community guidelines. And then we should also have a contact us button. When pressed, this should open up a classic industry standard contact form. And when they press send, it should get sent to cal@caltech.com. I want the design of this page to be aesthetically pleasing. The buttons should not be classic buttons, but list tiles that are pressable, if that makes sense. I want you to emulate how other apps do these settings pages. I imagine the list tiles with titles and then right arrows at the end of the tile to indicate that it's pressable, except for the delete and sign out buttons, which should just be tiles with titles. I have no idea what this will generate, but let's see. Because as you can see, this is super shitty, really. Like, sign out, delete account. It just looks absolutely terrible. And so my idea here is that this is what the profile page is going to look like after we're done here. But we're also going to have a little settings button up here that when pressed, we get to a dedicated settings page, where you can then scroll down and you'll find the delete account and sign out button. But they shouldn't look like this. Like the design of this is also not good. So hopefully what I'm imagining is essentially just list tiles like that. And yeah, that's essentially what I'm imagining. And I hope Mr. Claude is going to be able to do this. I don't know how long it takes for it. Create settings page with proper design. Add settings icon button to the profile page. Remove sign out and delete. Create contact form page. Okay, so it has it has some work to do. I'm gonna fill up my water bottle, or yeah, cup. All right, let's run that and see what we get. This will be very exciting because it's like you give Claude this giant prompt of like, just do this for me. Create a page, create a contact page, do all that, make it look aesthetically pleasing, blah, 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 just get it done. Very low effort. And then you see what you get. And we've now removed the sign out and delete account button. That's what we wanted. We have the little sign up or the, what do you call it, cogwheel, something like that up here, the gear wheel. So now the big test is what happens when we press it. So we'll see. Okay, we get to this page. It looks kind of good. I think it looks good. I don't really know what, is there anything else that we would want to have there? There probably is something else that we want to have there, but this, I mean, this looks so much better. So much better than what it looked like before. The sign out button makes way more sense. The delete account button makes way more sense. You still get this pop-up window here. This is not good. It doesn't look very good. But good enough. Contact us. What happens if we do this? So let's say that I just pretend to send myself an email here. My name is Joanne, whatever name that is. Email at gmail.com. My matches are gone. This app actually okay. Failed to send message. Why did it fail to send message? Okay, so we're probably gonna have to do this on the back end instead. So we'll go in here. Okay, now we run message sent. Okay, we'll get back to you as soon as possible. Check the back end, table editor. Where do we have it? Contact messages. We have one contact message. So that is unread. Okay, perfect. So now we have a contact button. So now we need to add the report and block buttons. We're actually getting through this faster than I thought. Add a report button to the profile page of matched users. Okay, lots of things to get done, but first we need to create a backend table that keeps track of like, okay, this is a blocked user and this is who blocked them and when. And what we're gonna do also, I realized, is on the settings page, we can add a little tab that says like blocked users, and then you can go to that tab and you can see who you blocked, which might be kind of nice, I think, because then the users have feedback to say like, okay, I blocked them and I blocked them, and then you can choose to unblock them if you want to. Okay, so we're copying that. Done. Okay, now we're going to create the block unblock edge function. So new function, block user, deploy code. Done. So something that I don't really like at this point is that the user state handler is quite a large file. It's like 600 lines of code, and it does almost everything when it comes to connecting two users into a phone call. The problem with that is that it's very hard to debug, because if, like right now, for instance, especially the workflow that I have right now, which is like asking Claude to rewrite the whole file, it basically means that if Claude was to make a mistake, then the whole file is like been corrupted, and the whole thing of connecting two users together has been corrupted, which obviously isn't good. And the larger the files, the more likely that something like Claude would make a mistake, I believe. And the more difficult the mistake would be to fix also, because it's like a really large file, so you have to figure out, okay, where in this file did that error occur? Whereas if you have very specific edge functions, which is obviously what you want generally when it comes to programming, you want to have just one file with one purpose, then it's way easier to understand it, because you can just go to like, okay, where do we check restrictions, for instance. Let's say that is one edge function, and then you go to that function and you just say like, okay, here we check all of the restrictions, and it's going to be way easier to understand and way easier to debug. But let's not do that. So that is basically my approach right now. It's just like, just get it done, even if it's not the best way. And then hopefully once I've launched the app, then you can start like refactoring things and making it better, which there's probably lots of flaws in my thinking there. There's probably way better to do that now before it's launched, but we'll see. Okay, now let me know concisely to call both the block and unblock. Okay, now we have that. So we copy that, and then we go to this front end part. The edge function for blocking and unblocking user is called this. So we're going to add something here. Okay, let's see what happens if we send that. Okay, add block option. Create blocked user page with listen. Add blocked users option. right? Let's see how that looks. So we'll go to the profile page, blocked users. We'll see, failed to load, okay. Could not find a relationship between blocks and users in this. Okay, let's copy this whole thing and then send it here. Is this a front-end issue or back-end? Okay, no blocked users. Now we don't have any matches. We can start a connection. See if these two get connected. They do. So we're gonna like. We're gonna see what the option is here. So block user. Are you sure you want to block Jolie? Test. You will no longer be able. Okay, let's block this user. Leaving the call, good. Okay, they still end up being matched with us, which is interesting. Unblock here. So let's just try that. Well, let's see what happens actually if I... Jolie test has been unblocked, okay? Good job. If I go here, okay, we haven't added anything here, have we? Okay. And we also need a report and block button. Now we also need to add the report and button to the profile page of matched users so that a user can block or report. See if it'll do that quickly, or we also need to add a little something just to add or to change. Because right now the gender of these test users is test, so that it would work with the Apple reviewers and all that, like long story, but that means that when you press edit here, it breaks because it expects the gender to be either man or woman, I think, maybe even other, but it doesn't expect the test to be a gender, so we need that to be fixed. Okay. Then we have the option to block them. And with this, it should now remove them from your matches as well. So if we now press block, the match was removed. And we can go to settings, and we can unblock the user. And then go here. They shouldn't be connected. That makes sense, they aren't connected. What I want to do is I also want to make sure that our reset users function fully resets the blocks as well. Now, can you okay, let's run that. That worked. So now start connection. They should get connected. But they do not, do they? Why not? Oh, they got connected now. Let's see what happens if we do this. Now they're matched, and then I go in here and I block the user afterwards. We are not matched anymore, so that's good. That's a really good test. Now we want to reset the users without removing the blocks. So that's why I did it this way. So now we've reset the users, which means that they should get connected if the block doesn't exist. But the block exists, so they do not get connected. We're going to try it again, since for some reason last time they did get connected on the second attempt. So right now they're just not being connected, which is good. So now let's see what happens if we unblock the user. So we unblock. Will they get connected now? They do get connected now. And the like and all that stuff is gone. So that's good. We're gonna leave. Then we're gonna reset. Full reset is what we're gonna do. Why did this not send? Aha, okay. So we need a new chat. Okay, let's see what happens now. We'll report the user. So that left us inappropriate behavior. Submit report. Back to home. And then if I go to settings, they do not exist in my list of blocked users. Why not? Logs, did something go wrong? Aha. No, don't block. Report user. Inappropriate behavior. No blocked users. Logs. What happened? Last. What time is it? All right, let's see if this works now, because apparently Claude was just using the wrong table name, blocks instead of blocked users. So now if we do a report, it should do what we want. submit report, back to home. What should happen is we should have a blocked user, which we do. So that's good. What I want to test also is I want to test what happens if we've already matched and I report them. So let's run the reset. And then go back. Blocked users, I don't have any, good. Now start connection, start connection. Maybe we're too quick. Like, leave. And then check our matches. And then report user. Submit report. Back to home. No more match. No more match. Settings. The user is blocked. That's good. We have everything. So we have the report thing is done. The add block thing is done. Age rating, update. Okay, so now we need to add some sort of confirmation. Are you actually 18? Actually, let's question that a little bit. That's a great question. And you're thinking about this exactly the right way. Okay, so this is interesting. Apple's age rating must reflect feedback is common for random chat, social, blah, blah, blah. Even if you set your Apple may still expect you to treat it as 18 plus only inside the app. Moderation. When Apple reviewers say your app allows open communication with stranger exposed users to So even if the App Store's highest app itself explicitly requires users of 18. The UI sign-up flow in terms of match that restriction and for your reasonable steps what you've already done and what's good, age requirements stated clearly in terms, birth date field, sign up an explicit agreement notice before account creation will tap in, That's a solid foundation. Apple reviewers typically want some in-app gate or visual confirmation that age verification is being reinforced, not just stated. Here's what you should do to fully add a hard restriction in sign up. If the user it makes them under 18, you should prevent sign up entirely, show a clear message, core is only available to users. Okay, that's something that makes sense. Like, let's double check that they're 18 before we allow them to sign up. Display an age confirmation gate before sign up. By continuing, you confirm that you are 18 years of age or older and agree to the terms of service and policy. Update your App Store methodology. right, so let's copy that and let's get Mr. Claude to do this. Let's actually do git status, git dot git. Actually, why do we have a Supabase contact form table? We don't need that. Supabase, where did that get added? Okay. Okay, let's log out. By continuing, you confirm that you are 18 years or older and agree to our terms of service and privacy policy. Okay, create account. Let's try it. Tester 2000 and wait. You can only go to 2007. So what does that mean? Age requirement not met. Quora is only available to users 18 or older. You will not be able to create an account at this time. Okay, good. And then you do that and you're allowed. Okay, so now we have that. Now we just need to wait for Twilio to approve my account or campaign. And once it's approved the campaign, then I should be able to create users using another phone number. Yeah, we're essentially done with all of the to-dos. Now it's just re-upload it, I guess. So git status, git add. I always struggle to come up with like what to name these commits, but age restrictions added. But again, similar to last time, like every time you get these things, it's kind of annoying that you're gonna get that it doesn't approve, that they don't approve your app. But it's also really nice because, well, obviously I should have done this stuff before, but it's kind of nice to, in retrospect, after you've kind of done the things that they asked you for, it's nice because then it's like, the app is just so much more complete and feels so much more like a real thing compared to that's been my experience in the past too. Like compared to what I submit, the thing that I submit after I've gone through the review process is so much more complete compared to the original thing. So yeah, it just makes a huge difference, I think. But we're gonna build it, we're gonna push it to the App Store Connect, and then wait for Twilio to approve the campaign, which apparently could take weeks. I'm hoping it won't, but according to what I've seen, or like what they say on the website, they actually say that it could take 1 to 3 business days, or it could take a few weeks. There was something like that. I saw both somewhere, so I don't really know which one it is, but I hope it shouldn't take too long. Because if it takes three weeks, we literally cannot get anywhere with this app. Like there's nothing to do if that's gonna take 3 weeks. I don't think there's anything to do. Like now we have terms of service, we have a settings page, there's so many things that are kind of just done in the app now. It feels so much more complete. And we can see the service, terms of service, if you want to, privacy policy, community guidelines, contact us, blocked users. Don't have any blocked users. Yeah. It kind of is just ready. I actually expected the tasks here to take a lot longer, but today was just super efficient. I mean, we got a lot of to-dos done. So yeah, there's nothing else I can do right now. So thank you so much for watching, and I really appreciate all the support, all the people that or all of you that are commenting, saying that this does seem like a unique idea and that it shouldn't be classed as spam. I am very hopeful. I feel like I have lots of different ideas for how to approach this. Like, there was a comment saying that I could publish it to Google Play and then get reviews on Google Play and use that as evidence that I can then submit to Apple. And I think that is definitely a viable way, and that's something that I've thought about too. But that is what I want to get to first. Is I want to get all of the bugs out of the way from the reviews. So I want to keep pushing it to Apple to get them to continue to review it until they can find no more bugs. And when they can't find any more bugs, and if at that point the spam thing still remains, then I will try to really hone in on how to appeal the spam complaint. And one step along that process is going to be to publish it on Google Play. But the thing is, I don't want to publish it to Google Play before it's even, like, before we get to that stage, because before we get to that stage, there's probably going to be a lot more bugs, a lot more things that can be fixed with the app and make it look better, make it perform better, make it just a better experience. And so it doesn't really make sense to publish it to Google Play when it's not fully finished yet. And I think Apple can sort of unintentionally help me make the app finished to the point where it's, even if it doesn't get approved by Apple for the spam thing, it will still be a really good app that I can push to Google Play. And yeah, so that is the plan. And it's going to get published on Google Play. It's just that there's no point in publishing it before it's ready. Like, now it seems like it's pretty much ready, but the problem is the one-time passcode thing with Twilio, it doesn't work yet. So publishing it to Google Play doesn't really make sense because no one can sign up for the app. So yeah, and I feel like phone numbers is a better way to sign to, because there have been comments about, like, maybe you shouldn't rely only on phone numbers, you should add email or other types of sign-in methods, Facebook, Google, whatever. And I disagree with that, because I feel like you can create like 10 Google or Gmail accounts in a day if you want to. You can create other email accounts if you want to. You can create Facebook accounts, you can create Instagram accounts, you can create Apple accounts, you can create however many of those you want in a day, super easily. But getting a extra phone number is also pretty easy, but it's just more of an effort. You're gonna have to pay money for it, first of all. Most people don't have 2 phone numbers, most people have 1 phone number. And the same rule when it comes to email addresses, most people have more than 1 email address, which means that the identity connection, or the safety, I guess, aspect of it, the avoidance of people just creating bot accounts or fake accounts, is lower when you're using phone numbers, I believe, at least, because it requires more. I think Tim Ferriss says this a lot, which is like, if you just add a 1-foot hurdle, you're gonna trip over like so many people that would mess with your project, because it's just not worth getting past the 1-foot hurdle. I don't know if that's true, but I do feel like it's definitely more of a hassle trying to get past new phone numbers in order to create new accounts. If you get reported, if you get blocked, all those sort of things. I want to make my own life as easy as possible, and I want to be able to block and really, at the end of the day, get users to not be able to sign up to the app if they've been reported enough times. And if they've been banned, they shouldn't be allowed to come back. Which, at this point, the best way to do that is with phone numbers, I think. In the future, we could do things like face recognition and keep that, but there's also, I don't know what the legal stuff is with that. Like, are you allowed to keep that? Because then if someone else signs up using the same photos or photos that connect to a previous account that has been banned, then the only way that you can tell that is if you keep information about that user on hand. But it also might be something that you can add into the terms. Like, if you do break our terms of agreement, then we will keep records of who you are as much as we can so that we can prevent you from coming back. Maybe that's legally sound, I don't know. Either way, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you in the next one, whenever that will be. I hope it will be on Friday, but it really depends on when Twilio will approve the campaign. All right, thank you. See ya.